everyone, and welcome to Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. I am Carol Kearns. My husband, Harry Shue, is our co-host. Our mission for the show is twofold: to provide information about Connecticut Lions events and to showcase the many different organizations and causes that Lions support locally, regionally, and internationally. Harry?
Good evening and welcome. Please consult our website at www.lions23b.org or your district spirit for more information on coming events.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. This is a big event every year for us. This is our 5th annual.
We started this back when International President Wayne Madden introduced his Reading Action Program, affectionately known as
RAP.
The RAP program. So we've been doing this. This is great because the Northwest Connecticut Chamber of Commerce sponsors this, and they do all the hard work in setting this up. So we just come and read and have a great time.
This is Read Aloud Day, Harwinton Consolidated School. Now, I'm holding these props. I will be the videographer, and Harry will be the reader. Harry, your book.
Sterling, the best dog, and fork is crossed out, ever. Sterling, the best dog ever. And it's it's for second grade. This is a second grade book, and it's for Mr. Darren Murphy, who is a former student of Carol's over at Litchfield High School, one of her favorite students.
Absolutely. Great student, and I love seeing him every year.
Absolutely. So we have a few props for the kids because it is about forks and all kinds of things. But you will see all but you will see all that later.
Yes.
On with the show.
On avant.
Hi, and here we have
Joe Massey.
And you are?
The principal of Harbor Middle School in Region 10.
The new principal, right?
New
This
principal.
Is your first year. How's it going?
It's my first month. And first month I started in January, and it's been great. The people have been great. The students are great. It's just a really great school system and great school to be in. We're very lucky.
We're here. We represent the Lions Club. I'm the district governor for Lions 23B. Our district is Hartford and Litchfield counties. And I was saying we have a Leo club in the high school, but we also, the Leo clubs are in the middle and high schools, and they're not humanitarian, part of the humanitarian club, but we're the largest service organization in the world, and they are our youth group, our youth organization for that.
That's great.
Yeah, so with all that being said, we do eye screenings. There's a pediatric eye screening that we do at the middle school.
Correct.
In October usually.
Right.
So we will be seeing you in October for that.
Absolutely.
We screen everyone up through 6th grade.
Which is awesome.
Through 6th grade. We also do with the Elks Lodge, with the Elks, we do a poster and essay contest. And so we will hope to get you involved next year. Megan's group did the posters for the grades 3 through 5.
Okay.
So anyway, tell us, where are you from?
I'm actually from Burlington.
Okay.
I've been here for 8 years. My wife is a longtime resident. Her parents are longtime residents. It's a great community. And
so are you a teacher in the school system here?
I was I was an assistant principal in Region 7, which is our neighbors. Yep. Prior to that, I was a social studies teacher in Cheshire for 13 years. Wow. Yeah, so I've been in education for about 20 years.
Wonderful. You look too young to be in education for 20 years. 20 years. Yeah, what are you reading? Who are you reading to?
So I'm reading to the 4th grade students. It's called Whoosh. It's Lonnie Johnson. He's the inventor of the Super Soaker, which a lot of students, including myself, know. He was actually a NASA engineer, and it kind of chronicles his life and the challenges and obstacles he faced and how he overcame them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it was last year I did a book on Louis Braille, who invented Braille.
Right.
And that was very interesting for the kids. So this is great.
Amazing. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Something. Well, the Super Soaker, I mean, that should keep them entertained, right?
Right, and what's cool is these 4th graders are going to be at the middle school next year, so it's a way for me to introduce myself to them. So I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Well, good to have you here in the system.
Thank you. All right.
Good job. Okay. Yep.
So we have Megan Mazzei, the principal, great principal here at Harwinton.
Thanks, Harry.
Oh, she's always so supportive.
We're glad
of
you're
everything
here.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, I think this is the 5th year we've been doing this. How long has Harwinton Consolidated been doing this?
Since I can remember. I came here in 2001, and it was already well established at that point.
Well, it's a great program. I was saying it was the part of the Reading Action Program is how we got involved. Our past international president, back in about 2012, that was his signature project. And then we said the chamber does all the work, so here we are.
Yep. Yeah, it's
right.
great. Thank you.
And here we have one of our esteemed town leaders.
Saying that.
Your name is?
Ted Schaefer, First Selectman of Burlington.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great town. We're so close to the line.
So
there in
close
Burlington.
together. Yeah, we've done a lot of things together with the Lions Clubs of the two towns.
Yeah.
And it's a great relationship. You guys
It
do a
is.
nice job.
It is. You know, we work together with the Burlington Lions. We do the eye screening with them.
Yep,
And,
the eye screening, very important for
yeah.
the kids. Yep.
Yeah, we
That's
still
a great program.
You know, this year, statewide, we're on pace to do over 100,000 kids in the state of Connecticut.
That's amazing.
Isn't that great? Yes, it is.
You know, and they always say if you identify a few children for just a little extra attention, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
You know, help
Well,
those
you know,
kids.
we find, the kids who have eye problems, they don't pay attention because they can't really see what's going on in class.
Yeah,
And they don't really know they can't see at the young ages.
Yeah.
You know,
You
so
have to be able to communicate that.
It's true, and we found for a couple of our younger students that when we've been able to make the referral and they've gotten glasses that they needed, that it's made a big impact, a really positive impact for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our past district governors, he didn't discover that he had a problem until he was about 7 years old. And to this day, he says, if we had known earlier, because
Yeah.
he's got reading difficulties even
Yeah.
now. But, so we really think that's one of our big impact programs.
Absolutely.
Nationwide.
Yep, very important. And today's very important, the Read Aloud Day.
Yes, it is.
You know, getting young children interested in reading. Reading is everything. It's the
Was that old commercial, reading is fundamental?
It is.
Reading is fun, or fundamental, and reading is fun, however that goes. Yeah.
it's definitely the building block for everything we do.
You bet.
So
You bet.
it's important. Glad to support that and be here today for that. So
Well, we're always happy to be here. So thanks for being on the show with us.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
All right, we have been joined by, let me get this the right way. We have been joined by Representative John Piscopo. Hi, John, good morning.
Hi, Harry. Very nice to be here. Thank you very much. One of my favorite things to do.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And we think we're all reading the same book. Ted and I know we're reading this one, and you think too. This is the second grade book.
Looking forward to it. It's a great age.
Yes, it is. And it's about a dog who thinks he's a fork, or wants to be a fork.
Wow.
So Carol and I actually brought some props that are in the book. So
Yeah,
we
this
have
is one of them, a whisk.
Yeah, we've got a whisk, and we actually have
A fork.
a fork. A fork. So it's a cute little book for Sterling. So
Terrific.
yeah.
Looking forward to it. It's good to see my friend Ted Schaefer here from Burlington. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. And I'm glad kids have a great imagination, don't they? So we could go real wild with this reading.
We can make
To be on our toes, we're very bright kids.
right. Even second graders, right? Or maybe I should say, especially second graders.
Especially, yep. Okay.
They're that curious age.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. then.
All right.
Take
And
us out.
thank you
All right,
very
John.
much.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are at Harwinton Consolidated School with our favorite teacher, Mr. Darren Murphy. You're a big fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Love it.
And we always like to say, our videographer, my wife, Lion Carol Kearns, is also your...
Was my French teacher in high
Yes,
school for many
lovely
years.
job.
And I'll give her a round of applause.
Well,
too.
thank you,
She's
Mr.
fantastic.
Murphy. Thank you, guys.
Does anyone know any French here? You do? Wow. Wow, that's a lot of French. And Italian.
And Italian.
Well, today, actually, we're going to learn at least one word of German.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm German. I know German. Yeah.
I might learn this thing. I might learn some things.
All right. Okay, well, I think we are ready to go. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you guys for coming in so much. We appreciate this every year, and can't wait to hear the story. It's going to be great.
It's a good story.
Okay, guys, are we ready for Mr. Shu?
Okay, this is the book. It's called Sterling, the Best Fork, but then fork is crossed out and it says the best dog ever. Close to Sterling. Does it? How many of you have dogs?
I have two.
Wow,
I have
two
two
dogs.
dogs, 2 cats. 2 dogs, 0 cats.
One dog. What kind of dog do you have?
And a guinea pig. 1 dog.
A chocolate lab.
I have
Does anyone know what kind of a dog this might be? No.
No, I don't. 4. A wiener.
A wiener dog. You ever heard of a wiener dog? That's exactly right. A wiener dog. Anyone know what the real name for a wiener dog is?
Hot dog.
That's another name for a wiener dog, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a dog that my aunt has a dog that looks very similar to that, but
Okay.
it's not a wiener dog.
No?
And his name is Winchester.
Winchester.
And
Okay.
so
Well, this guy
Winchester.
is Sterling, so we're still looking
Winchester.
for the real name, the real type of dog this is. Yes.
It looks like a pork dog.
No.
A dachshund.
A dachshund.
Yes, wait, who said
Hey,
that?
This young man said that
I
right
said
there.
a wiener.
Good job.
A dachshund.
That's
A
what
dachshund.
Winchester
This is where your German lesson is going to come in. Dachshund means that there are 2 words. Germans love to put words together and make one word out of it. So Dachshund, Hund means dog in German. H-U-N-D, Hund. And Dachs is a badger. Anyone know what a badger is? Yeah, what's a badger?
It's a really tough animal.
Yeah, it sure is.
It usually digs, sometimes for
Loves
other
to dig.
animals.
Yes, loves to dig. And the farmers way back when, they didn't really like badgers because they were digging holes. So what did they do? They bred a dog that would find the badgers.
Honey badger.
Well, at least the honey badgers are really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the dachshunds were bred because of the problem with badgers in Germany back about 300-400 years ago. So that's why they're short-legged and they're long and slim. Some of them are slim, some of them aren't so slim. Sterling has always wanted a home, but no home has ever wanted him. So when the Cutlery Company advertises free shipping to the best homes around the world, Sterling is determined to become the best fork ever. He is delivered on time and undamaged to the Gilbert family's front door. Sterling is not, however, what the Gilberts ordered, but he may be exactly what they need. So cutlery and Sterling, what does that remind you of? Utensils. Mrs. Kearns has a Sterling silver fork.
Hi.
So anyway, Sterling slept in a mostly waterproof box on a slightly damp pillow. It was like a house, but not much like a home. No home had wanted to keep Sterling, not for long. Poor Sterling. Yeah, you can see now shipping to all the homes. Here's the Cutlery Company, and there's little Sterling. And look at his tail. He's wagging his tail like crazy. He would love to go to a nice house. Now look here. This time will be different, he thought. I'll be different. So what's happening here? This is Sterling. Where is he? He's in the factory. What's happening? Yeah.
There's a bunch of mouths.
Well, that's all Sterling. That's that little dachshund.
Oh, it's going
See
so
him?
fast.
He's going through. You know, in a factory where they have the conveyor belts going,
Yeah.
and you go through all these different parts of the factory, and you finally ends up in a box. In a box.
It's in a box.
In a box, but it says a box of forks.
Because I thought he was forks.
Well, he thought he might be a fork. He just wanted to be wanted. So it says the next day, the Cutlery Company delivered Sterling on time and undamaged to the Gilberts' front door. All right, so you can see the truck. It's got the cutlery on the side, and the boxes are in here. Forks, and look whose tail is going there at the top of that box. Sterling. Inside his box, Sterling tried to be as silver and straight as he could, though parts of him wriggled quite uncontrollably. And what part is it? Those of you who have dogs, do your dogs love to wag their tails? Oh, yeah.
Mine just like Zeus.
And what makes them happy? What is your dog like?
My dog doesn't have a tail.
He doesn't have a tail.
But he has like this big clump of fur, like right where his butt is,
Yeah.
and he wiggles that a lot.
Wait, what kind of dog is he?
Australian Shepherd.
Oh, that's right,
Her
the
name is
Australian
Annie.
Shepherd. Wow.
I have a dog. My grandma's a breeder of Australian Shepherd,
Wow.
and she puts elastic bands on their tails so they won't fall off.
Oh, my.
And we just got a new litter.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yes.
My dog has a tail, but it's like a puff tail.
Puff tail.
Like a small one.
Okay.
That's like a round puff
See, the dogs-
tail.
Does anyone watch, actually it was on last night. There was a dog show on last night. In the Westminster. How many dog breeds are there?
They
Wow.
puppy,
Who knows? I mean, there are so many dog
and the
breeds.
German Shepherd.
Yep.
Because
And they're all different, but they're all
Yeah,
dogs.
because my dog Zeus, he should have seen the German Shepherd. He bred with another German Shepherd of my aunt's, and they had puppies, and his dog and the puppy Hercules had much bigger ears than they were.
Wow. Okay. Okay, back to the story. So Sterling is at the door. It says, clearly he was a fork. So he's long, he's gray, looks kind of like a fork, right? You see the sterling silver fork here? Maybe not quite as shiny, but, you know, use your imagination a little bit. So clearly he was a fork.
Why do they call him Sterling?
Why did they call him Sterling?
Yeah.
Somebody liked the name. That's a good name, Sterling. So he was not, however, what the Gilberts had ordered. I suppose we could keep him, said the father. He is very small and very quiet, noted the mother. So look at him on the floor there, trying his best to be a fork, just to kind of fit in, so that they want to take him in, looking for a home. And the very most adorable thing ever, said the girl. It seemed that Sterling could stay.
The baby's
Yeah. Wow. Does everybody with dogs, do you like to hold your dogs? Do your dogs like to be held? Yes.
No, my
they do.
dog's my one of my dogs is only 7 pounds.
7 pounds, well, that's when they do get hold.
My brown cat likes to be held.
And it
My
can.
dog's like
Absolutely.
great.
Okay. So now, and this time, he would make sure he stayed for good. He would be handy and useful. He would be everything the Gilberts wanted in a fork. He'd be the best fork ever. So there he is. The plates are set. The table is set. And he's right there where he's supposed to be, right to the left of the plate, trying to be a good fork. Yeah, look at him here. He's up on, helping out here wherever he can. He's even in the dishwasher.
Wait,
And he's actually in the basket where you put your forks and knives and spoons. He's right in there. So if nothing else, he'll be a clean dog. Okay, only forks do not walk on leashes. They do not sit, and they do not fetch. So forks don't do all of that good stuff that dogs do. And forks never sleep on beds. Sterling was sure of it. Forks sleep in cabinets. Very good. First we wash them in the dishwasher, and then we put them to sleep in a cabinet.
Enjoy.
One evening, when he saw the family eat an entire meal with just their fingers, he began to wonder. Okay, look at them. They're all eating. What kind of food would they be eating just with their fingers? Yes.
Pizza.
Pizza, that's a good one. Yes, absolutely. Ribs. There's another one you're going to eat a fork. Yes.
Hot dog.
Hot dogs. So, yeah, lots of food. Lots of different dishes. Chinese food. Anybody ever use chopsticks? Yeah? Wow.
Chicken wings.
Very good. Chicken wings. Very good. So they're not using the fork. So he's saying, what if they don't even need a fork? So he's beginning to have some doubts about whether being a fork is the right thing for him to do. Maybe they needed a better whisk. What's a whisk? Yes.
It's something that it's like a type of utensil that you use like for mixing stuff.
Is this a
Does
whisk?
that look like a whisk? Yes, it is. What's the thing you use this most on? Yeah. What food? Pancakes. Pancakes is a good one, yes. And I always think of, anyone like scrambled eggs? Anyone like scrambled eggs? Yeah. You can use them as scrambled eggs, you bet. So maybe Sterling, imagine Sterling, he's got his tail, remember his tail goes about 90 miles an hour? He thought maybe he could be a whisk. Yeah, that would be good. Remember, he's real clean from having gone through the dishwasher, so no worries there. So he'd be perfect for pastry. Sterling was adaptable. So what's he doing up here? What's he acting like here? Anyone know what this is? A rolling pin. Do your moms ever use a rolling pin? Yeah, when they're doing baking, and they put out the dough, and they've got to flatten it out and make it, pizza dough. So he could be a rolling pin. It could be a chandelier. There's the stem, the pole for the chandelier. He could be a paper towel holder. See, he just stands himself up straight. He's a paper towel holder. And a lamp post. And a whisk. So he's got all kinds of ideas about what he can be. However, Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert were not impressed. Not at all. Look at what's going on in the kitchen there. Oh my. We made a little bit of a mess there. We've got the eggs or the dough or whatever it is on the floor. The paper towels are all unrolled somewhere. So, and he's got kind of a, we call that a hang dog look. He is a dog after all. That's a hang dog look. So Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert were not impressed. Not at all. The next morning, the girl took Sterling out, though he couldn't imagine why. He would be the best whatever she needed if she'd just take him back home. So there they are. They're heading out to the park. Sterling's in the basket there in front of her bicycle. Instead, they stopped beside a meadow filled with creatures wiggling and waggling, fetching and frolicking. Go on, said the girl. Go play. It did look like fun. Maybe the girl wanted him to be... What's in the park? Dogs. All kinds of different dogs.
I see
Right?
a bunny.
Yeah, yes. All kinds of different little animals. And they're all playing and having fun. What are dogs supposed to do?
No, that's not a bunny, it's a dog. A bunny is biting a dog's tail.
Yeah, these all look like different kinds of dogs.
Chihuahua.
But you can see Sterling. Sterling is back there looking around and saying, hey, I could do this too.
Chihuahua.
So maybe the girl wanted him to be a stick. Oh my. Do dogs, do your dog, does your Australian Shepherd like to fetch sticks?
No.
No? Not
Yes.
so much? Yeah?
Yes, mine loves. And then I like
Balls
to
or
play
something like that? They have
red
their little chew toys that you throw when they bring back?
She rips it and does everything.
Okay, one at a time. Yep. Your dog does what?
Takes an hour to get the ball back.
Takes an hour to get the ball back. Wow. Means you don't have a whole lot to do, right?
My dog doesn't even touch it. It just walks back and makes me on my face.
Just licks you on your face. Well, that's another thing dogs like to do. Yes.
Isn't Chihuahua a Mexican word?
Chihuahua is a Mexican word.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. In fact, Mrs. Kearns had a Chihuahua.
I
What was
did.
his name?
His name was very appropriate, Tequila. And there is a state in Mexico called Chihuahua.
Okay. So that night, as everyone got ready for bed, Sterling didn't know where he belonged. No, not at all. So what's Sterling doing here?
Behind your log.
Well, he's in front of the
He's trying
door.
to keep the wind out.
He's trying to keep the wind out. What do they call those little things?
I don't
A draft?
Yeah,
Dog.
golf club.
He's a draft dog.
Golf club.
No, it's a draft. Well, in the second one, he's a golf club. Yeah, you can see how he's shaped his head like a golf club. But here, he's actually a draft dog. And then down here, he's in one of the playhouses there.
You know Danny
Maybe he's like a little hammer or something like that.
It's a
Yeah,
doll.
Lincoln Lowick House.
He's a hammer. He's a doll. He's a wall.
Okay, so he wanted to make the girl happy. That was why he was there. He wanted to fit in. He wanted to make everybody happy, but he didn't know how. Then he saw it. It had been in front of him the whole time. Sterling leaped onto the girl's bed and into her arms. He could see it in her eyes. She just wanted him to be himself. There's a good lesson in that. You can't be something you're not. You have to be yourself. Be the best that you can be, but be yourself. She didn't need him to be a fork or a whisk, a stick or a log. Clearly, he was just Sterling. A huggable, snuggable, perfectly lovable dog
Rhyming book.
in bed with the girl. And look at the smile on her face. And sometimes pillow.
And sometimes you.
Sometimes pillow. That was a lot of fun. Well, anyway, thank you so much for having Mrs. Kearns and me here to read to you. We enjoyed that. And I would like to present Sterling, the best dog ever, to Mr. Murphy
Oh, wonderful.
for the class.
Yeah.
So you can go back, and have them read again at some point.
Thank you all very much. It was wonderful again this year. Good story.
Very good story.
What do you think of the story, guys?
What a great class.
My name is Daniel.
Two first names on.
Oh, my name is Trace.
Good.
Hi, my name is Nick Paulette.
Hi, my name is Emily.
Just first
Hi,
name.
my name is Bianca.
Hi, my name is Ben.
Hi, my name is Olivia. Hi, my name is Megan.
What?
Hi, my name is Mia.
Okay, here it is.
Hi, my name is Tanner. My name is Nick.
Hi, my name is Colleen. My name is
Wow. Now all together, say hi, everyone.
Andrew didn't get a chance. Go ahead.
My name is Andrew.
There you go.
Andrew.
My name's Cooper.
Hi again, everyone. What a class Mr. Murphy had.
I think they might have been the most animated. That's exactly what I was going to say. And they were so excited to hear that story. They loved Sterling, didn't they?
Harry did a fabulous job getting them to talk about their doggies, their pets, and pick me, pick me. They were great.
Anyway, we always have a great time doing the Read Aloud program here. We'll be back next year. But this will do it for this episode of Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed our show this evening. Tune in next week for another Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. Good night.
Bye-bye.